All right, it's November 15th, and I just got off of work. And sometimes getting off of work when you work for yourself is harder than getting off of work for somebody else, I think. But um, I am heading over to York County. It's Wednesday night, Wednesday evening. So tomorrow I'm going to be getting ready to go to rifle season in New York. I've got 4 guns I need to shoot and make sure that they're accurate. And so that's going to keep me busy, and I got to go look at a skidder for parts for work. I've got one part of that farm that I haven't really hunted yet that the deer keep staging in before they come across the field in the evenings. And so I'm going to go try to just take my climber and get in there. Um, these deer move pretty early, so I feel like I'm getting over there a little bit late, but that's just kind of the way it's going to be, I guess. I had some does come out across the field early on, but I wasn't running my main camera and I didn't get good footage of it, so I didn't show it. But it was a nice evening sat here. Then after a little bit, I had this coon come out, mess around for a little bit, and then as it got darker, it started getting a little more serious and started glassing, because I know there's multiple bucks using this brushy area for cover, and it's just a matter of catching them. And it's hard to get in here and be able to get where you want to be and have a good wind. So a lot of times I end up hunting a wind I know I'm not going to get busted in, and try to keep my pressure to a minimum when I hunt this. But we'll see what shows up this evening. As the sun is setting, I see a buck come work his way up out of the brush, and he came up to cross the road. You can see him up in the top of the screen, but I was unsure if I wanted to shoot this buck or not, so I didn't act right away. But I draw as soon as he crosses the trail, but he never really gave me a good shot. The buck trotted off into the neighbor's hayfield. It was shortly after that I caught movement and I had a doe sneak in on me. I pretty much drew right away and waited for a good opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know how the lighting's going to be on this, but I thought I'd try a quick recap of that hunt there. I had that small buck come in, and he's a 2-year-old 6-point, and I should have shot him as soon as he came across that trail. And I was just kind of undecided to whether I wanted to shoot him yet. And then I was like, well, if I can get a good shot opportunity, I'll shoot him. And then when he walked through my shooting lane, I blatted at him to try to get him to stop, and he didn't stop. So I was like, well, I guess that's the answer to my question, because I was a little on the fence about whether I wanted to shoot him or not, honestly. So he answered that for me. He didn't stop. And I heard a buck grunt and I didn't think it was him. I thought it sounded like it was down in the brush further. And so I also hesitated because I was like, man, I wonder if another better buck is behind him. And then when I had drawn and let down, so I made some movement, and then I was watching the brush down there, and I never saw another buck, but I think there was another buck down there that grunted, because it sounded like it was down the hill too far for it to be him. So that's kind of what happened there. And then that young doe came in below me and gave me a good opportunity, and I shot her. So I'm happy to get another doe out of here. And had some other does come in and kind of spook because they saw her laying there, but no more bucks. So I'm sure that those other bucks are still in here somewhere, but they probably went out a different route. So that's wrap on my Pennsylvania archery season. Probably archery hunt more in here again during rifle season, but it'll be a couple weeks. So that's it for now. There we go, doe down. I'll get her cleaned up and head back home.